Nice day today. The humidity has been running a little bit higher since yesterday, and that will continue into tomorrow. We've also seen a few spotty showers, a couple of isolated downpours here and there, even had a few around parts of the West Bank. At the moment, up near Bogalusa, more so into Pearl River County, Mississippi, and then down the bayou, we have some rainfall kind of moving a little bit more toward or past Labadyville and Pankerville, also down around the Raceland area just to the north of Houma, kind of right in between Houma and Thibodaux. Otherwise, we've been under mostly sunny skies throughout the day today with a few passing fair weather clouds, and then again a few isolated showers were able to bubble up. Temperature 91. Our dew point though is at 73, so it has been running a little higher, giving us a bit of a heat index. 99 is what it currently feels like. Today's high yet again 93 degrees. Our morning low though was right at average for this time of year. I think we're going to be running a little above average again tomorrow with a few spotty showers before some changes on the way starting Sunday. At the moment, most of us in the lower 90s, and those dew point values again a bit higher than they were a couple of days ago. We do have a light southerly wind which is helping to bring back some of that Gulf moisture, but certainly a far cry from the oppressive humidity we typically see July and August. September typically our more transitional month as we're starting to get the fronts. Now at the moment, upper troughing is kind of lifted to the north, and we're running a little bit more parallel in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. What that means is this is what we call a zonal flow. Until we get that push coming in from the northern plains, the front is not going to go anywhere, and there is a front to our north, actually triggering some severe weather across parts of the Tennessee Valley. As this front starts moving south for us, we're not expecting nearly that much rainfall, and this is definitely a strong frontal boundary. This is really the first real cold front we have seen this September, or kind of in the transitional period, and this is helping to bring down some pretty chilly temperatures if that upper trough were to be deepening all the way down to the south, which it isn't. So for us, not a dramatic drop in temperatures, nor a dramatic drop in humidity. There is definitely some drier air behind this, and we will feel that more so than any big cool down behind our front. Now, as severe weather is possible up to the north along this frontal boundary, it is going to be much weaker by the time it gets here. So our rain chances Saturday at about 20, maybe 30% with the front and out ahead of that. Now, the good news is for Sunday's game, I think the front is already going to be offshore. So rain chances 0 for Sunday, and we will be getting into that drier air. I don't know if it's going to be right behind the front. It may be kind of staggered in during the day on Sunday, but certainly throughout the day Sunday, it'll be feeling much nicer. And then by Monday, beautiful weather on the way as we start into the second full week of September. Out in the tropics, we still are closely watching Invest 91. Actually, a little area out to the west of it, or to the east of it, excuse me, is showing more signs of development than this is. Looking at the infrared satellite, there is definitely a broad circulation, certainly nothing well developed or tight at the surface, and there is a struggle for thunderstorms. That was expected. It was looking a little bit more impressive yesterday, more so than it is today. Now the models are indicating that this is basically going to move due west through the weekend and early next week, and we're not even talking about a threat to the islands until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, September 10th, the peak of the season. After that, the models continue generally toward the west, but the question is, what exactly is moving to the west? When we look at the comparison of our Euro in green and the GFS in red, what happens with the Euro? It just dissipates. The Euro thinks that this is just going to fall apart, whereas the GFS keeps something going but fairly weak, and then eventually starts making a turn, or actually in this run, completely gone. So the models are not overly aggressive, and that's why I hate issuing or calling these systems already by its next name up, because it may or may not even develop. While the Hurricane Center maintains a high chance, the models at the moment are not overly aggressive with this developing, and certainly staying quiet in the Gulf during that same time period. So for the next 7 to about 10 days, the Gulf long-range models keeps quiet. Let's keep that trend going for a little bit longer. Once we start getting those real cold fronts moving through, the season for us really does start to settle. About a 20% chance of rain, starting to turn a little less humid by Sunday. Very pleasant weather into Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday could see a few spotty showers. We do start turning a little more humid toward the latter part of next week.